But there's an alphabetical relation with the statement, right? So there is a distinction. So they're not the same thing.
Wait.
Yes, what you state is different than the sentence. Like, what are you
Wait.
talking about?
Wait. I have a question. Do you believe for every statement X it needs to be verbalized? I mean, not verbalized. It needs
No,
to
I
have.
don't think every statement
It
needs
needs
to
to
be
have
said
sense.
out loud.
No. Do you
Exactly.
believe in? Okay, so you can think about it in your mind.
He just conceded.
Like what?
What are you
Like,
talking
bro.
about? The statement is what you state. You can state something unverbally. Is what
A
like, what do you
statement.
mean?
Yeah.
What
What?
is this guy a donut? Yo, I swear there are people on this fucking earth that is so retarded you can't even help them.
And so you cannot type out a statement. You're saying that right now.
No,
You
that's
cannot-
not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do
Okay,
you
so
believe
that means you
do you
can't
believe
state
that
something
every
non-verbally.
statement
If
needs
that's
to
not
be
what you're saying, then
and
you're
you
Hey,
said
look.
originally you said that it
If
needed-
a statement is what you state and what you state is distinct from the meaning, then you're not saying anything meaningful.
What you state is the meaning. If I say I have an
Okay,
apple, I say I have an
no.
apple.
Look, and this is where we have the confusion. What you state entails a meaning. It's not the meaning because what you state has some alphabetical relation. Like the meaning of it doesn't have any alphabetical relation. It's simply an action. For example, if I say I'm running right now, the action of me running is distinct from maybe the lines of letters that I might use to express this, right? And that's because the way I express it, linguistically speaking, has some alphabetical or linguistical relation, whereas the actual action of me running doesn't have any of that. It's purely physical, right? It's maybe exhaustive to my body, whereas the sentence has none of these properties. There are distinctions.
But you don't have to state like a physical sentence. Like obviously
Physical sentence? What are you talking about? A sentence can't be physical, bro. A sentence isn't physical. There's a distinction
You don't have
between
to state it
writing
like a
shit out in
sentence
ink.
with the alphabet.
Because
You can state it out
no,
verbally.
okay, verbally that's just vibrations. You're not making any sense. That's just a
Right.
fucking
It
vibration. Yeah,
doesn't
it's not.
have to do with the alphabet.
Because exactly it doesn't. What actually has to
Right,
do with
so
the
what you
alphabet
state
and
is
what
different than a
actually,
sentence.
bro, that's why language is abstract. What has to do with the alphabet is the linguistics, the grammar behind it. It has nothing to do with the vibrations, like certain vibrations that might, produce that my brain might pick up and, it might compute it into some type of meaning. Or maybe me using some ink, right? And then
Tron.
putting it on paper is distinct from the ink as well.
Wait,
Because
Tron, you
the
misread
syntax of
my
it linguistically
DM.
is also
We're
distinct
just
from that.
using
Wait, Tron,
we're
you
saying
misread
the
my
same thing.
DM.
We're
They're,
saying
they're
the
not.
same
They're not. They're not related to any type of alphabetics. Okay, but when we talk about linguistic things, actual linguistic things like sentences and not propositions, sentences and statements, they have alphabetical
I
relationships.
said Gen for short, my
So,
nigga, but
so
like I said,
yeah,
it's
they,
three
they
words
do
in
they
between.
do have some linguistic relation, but the ink doesn't. Okay, the vibrations themselves don't. Okay, these things don't have any alphabetical relation. Neither does the meaning of what you state, dumbass.
Well, obviously we're saying the same thing. We're just using different semantics, and you just want me to use yours.
No, we're not saying the same thing
What?
at all.
So if I'm saying the statement is the meaning, and you're saying the statement isn't
If you're
the
not
meaning,
saying the same
I'm
thing,
not
and
saying
you're
the
using
statement
different
is the meaning.
semantics
I'm
in
not
the
saying that. I'm
mix.
saying the statement isn't the meaning.
I'm saying the statement is what you state, and if I state
Yeah,
that I
and
have
I'm
an
saying that
apple,
the statement.
that's
I'm
because I
saying
have an
that the
apple.
statement could be what you state, but that doesn't mean it's the meaning because there is a distinction between what you actually state and what is being referred to within the
Just
statement.
really quick, if I say I have an apple, does that not it's the same thing as the meaning I have an apple? What does that mean? Like I
No,
have
that's
an
hard.
apple.
That's not you
I
having
have
an
an
apple.
apple
What
means
you would
I have
have
an
to say.
apple.
Well, you have an apple linguistically means physically you are in possession of an apple, but physically you possessing an apple is not the same as the linguistic structure. You trying to express the feeling or thought of you having the apple. They're distinct things. Because
Okay, so the physical things that the
one
concepts are
concerns
representing are
a
distinct,
rule, a
sure.
bunch of rules within grammar. One has alphabetical relations. One concerns language, whereas one concerns physical space, like where it's residing within space. One concerns in whose possession is this apple. One concerns physical properties, whereas abstract things like language, it doesn't do
Well,
that.
obviously the meanings are the concepts that refer to the apple. But if the statement is the meaning,
What?
like you just
What?
the
Wait, no,
meaning of an
but the meaning,
apple,
but
the
wait,
meaning
no,
of
hold
an
on,
apple
but
is
you just
different than
begged the
an
question
actual
because you're
physical apple.
presupposing, but you just begged the question because you're presupposing that the meaning is identical to the statement, dumbass.
That's if I'm defining the statement as the meaning, that's just analytically true.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the
Right. So
point.
that means we're
That's the
using we're
point. You're
just
begging the
using
fucking
different
question.
semantics then.
That
We're
you're
just using
begging.
different
No, we're
semantics.
not because you don't define. So you define the meaning as the statement. You define a statement as the
Yeah,
meaning.
what you
The meaning
state
of what?
is the same thing as what it means. What you state is
Okay.
what it means.
Okay. So you define something being stated as something meaning.
just said?
Exactly. So you don't define it the same. You're entailing them to be the same. But
No,
if
I
you're
don't even
entailing them to be
understand.
the same,
If
they're
I
not
say-
analytically
if I
true. You're just
say
begging the
I
question.
have an apple, it means I have an apple.
No, when you say I have an
What
apple,
do you
you're
mean?
expressing.
Is
You're
the
no,
meaning.
no, no. Stop, stop. When you say I have an apple, okay, this first happens because you have a thought. Okay, you have a thought that you want to express. With that, you make a linguistic structure of alphabets or letters. Okay, and you do that to express this thought you have. And the expression of this thought is distinct from, in reality, you actually having possession of an apple. Because when you have actual possession of an apple, right, that has physical properties, that has actual traits within reality, it has concrete traits, and it has no relation to any linguistic thing or any alphabetical thing, okay? Whereas when you make the statement, okay, or when you try to talk about the statement within grammar, okay, it has relations alphabetically speaking. It has relation to linguistic rules, okay? It operates under rules indexed to languages, okay? So they're entirely distinct things. You
So
fucking idiot.
you're definitely you're just saying that it's distinct. The meaning of having an apple, so what it means to us, is different than actually having an apple, right?
The meaning of having an apple is distinct from stating you have an apple. That's what I'm saying.
But, but obviously, if I'm saying that the statement is the meaning, then you're just saying that I'm like
No, if
obviously.
you're saying the statement is a meaning, then we're disagreeing with each other. That's
Yeah, then we're
already
disagreeing,
you can't
right? So
even think. Look, you
you're
can't
just
even
telling me
wrap
to
your
change
head
my
around the
semantics.
debate because you're fucking
Yeah, you're
confused and you're a
telling me to
fucking
change my
retard and you can't
semantics.
properly
You're telling
understand
me to change
anything.
my
And
semantics.
also, and
No,
also,
I'm not. I'm
You're
not. I'm not. Look, do you define stating something as let's say the meaning of X, or do you define it as like express the expression of a given thought? What do you define it as?
That's a false dichotomy. Obviously, I'm defining
Okay,
statement.
okay, sure, but that's not. I'm just
that's
giving you
not
two
the fucking
examples. Just give
point.
me, just give me
Why would
whatever
I?
you
What
want.
I'm saying, I don't hold to either of those two. What I'm saying is,
Exactly. So what do you hold to?
yeah, I'm saying a statement is what you state. Like,
Okay, okay, hold on, hold on.
Okay, hold on. And what is it? What is it that you state?
you state the meaning.
And wait, and what's the meaning? And what's the meaning?
The meaning is what it refers to. I guess the concept. I mean,
Well, yeah. What are you referring to? What is it, genius? Tell us. Enlighten us.
whatever the thing that you're referring to means.
What is that?
Circular,
What is
Obviously, it
that?
will change
that is
depending on what
circular,
it is.
dumbass.
What do you
No,
mean?
no. You don't know.
Wait.
You don't know. Just put it up. Just put up. Just
Wait,
put
I
up
have
the
a
white flag.
question. I have
Just
a
put
But
up the
you
question.
white
just
flag.
said that wait,
Just
hold
put up.
on.
Wait.
Flow, flow.
Look.
No,
Your
you
Google
just
AI
said
didn't save you
analytically
today.
true
Just
is
put up the white
circular.
flag, bro.
You just
Just
said
put up the white
analytical
flag.
obviously will be circular if it's
Well,
analytically
a
true.
statement is what you state.
Yes.
A statement is wait.
A statement is
Wait.
what you state. What are you
Okay,
talking
who is
about?
you? Who is you? Gonna be me.
A statement is what you
B.
say.
So I'm gonna ask
Look,
you a
if
question.
a statement is what you state, then what you state is identical to the
Okay,
statement.
wait. No. I want to see this. I want to see this. Hold on. Wait. Look in the chat. Tell me you're looking. I'm talking about the debatable now. Are you looking in the chat?
Yes, I'm looking at it. I'm looking
Okay.
at it.
So, hold on, yo, for your time. All right, but look. So you, I'm gonna show you because you're trying to say this is analytically true, right?
A statement is what you state. Yes, that's
It's
analytically
analytically
true.
true.
That's
Okay,
what it means.
beautiful. So when you say you, right? When you say you, right? Do you believe you
Okay.
can be free?
What? Obviously, shouldn't you be questioning what? The word what?
Wait,
Because
what
that's
you say? What you say? Hold on,
what
The
you say.
content.
Yes,
You
what
say,
you
you
say.
say. But hold on, we
What does
can
the you
question
say
them both. But
matter? We're
I'm gonna
talking
tell
about
you
the
this.
what
Do you
here.
believe that? Hold on, chill.
What are
We can
you
talk about it
talking
both. We
about?
can
Is
talk
this
about it
being
both because
recorded?
it doesn't matter because the statement is the manifestation, right?
Why does
Obviously.
it matter
So
who
now
you
let me tell
is?
you
Does it
this.
matter about what?
Yeah,
I
it matters about
literally
the what, and
what's
it
the
also it
relevance of
matters
that
about the you
question?
for which expresses
No,
it,
what's
for
the
which it's
relevance of that
ambiguous,
question?
right?
Genuinely, what's the relevance of that
Do you
question?
agree? Do you agree that?
Wait,
Hold on.
what's
Do
the
you believe?
relevance of
Hold
this
on.
question?
Hold on. Do you believe that what is also ambiguous and you is also ambiguous?
It's not ambiguous because that's what it is. What do you mean?
It's not ambiguous because that's what it is. Okay, what it is? What is it?
This is just gonna go down to like fucking like
Do
bedrock
you believe?
semantics, but
Okay,
we
when you
can't
say
reduce
what,
it.
when you're talking
I
about that
can't
what,
just.
do you believe what can
This
be
is
a
gonna be
car? Do you believe
irreducible.
what can
This
be
is
a
just.
cup? Wait, do you
It's
believe
gonna-
what can be a card? Do you believe what can be a cup?
Yes, it's what it can be, but this is getting to
Okay,
like an
so wait. So
irreducible
it could be all these other individuated things, right? So it's not going to be necessarily
No,
preserved as a
but it
specific
is
thing,
what
right?
it. What the fuck are you? What the
It
what
is what it is.
what is
Okay,
in
I
reference?
agree that it is what it is. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, do you believe that what can also be in reference to all these different types of things? What can be a box? What can be a beach ball?
It
What can
can
be?
be if that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so if it can be these different things, then it seems that there's some ambiguity, some non-determination. There's this
No,
indetermination,
it's
this
no
semantic
no no. It's
indetermination.
not ambiguous because
It is
whatever you're
ambiguous
referring
because it's
to,
not specific. It's not rigidly
it's
designated
specific
towards
to
one
what
of
it
a
is.
specific entity.
It is specific.
No, it's not.
What is a car? It's a car. It's
When
specifically
you
a car.
what is a card? Wait, that's only when you fill that in there. But what I'm
And what
telling you
will
is when
always
you
be
just say
what you
what
fill
it
it in
states,
with.
hold on. When
Then
you say what it
otherwise,
states, that is
what is it
ambiguous.
in
Hold
reference
on, no. Do you not get this? Hold on, do you not get it, fucking retard? I just told you when you say what you state, you is ambiguous because you can be you. Well, in this
to?
sense,
It doesn't
debatable.
matter what
Debatable.
you literally does not
You
matter.
can be Tron. You can be me, right? Which is flow. You can be polar, right? It could be all these different people.
What
Same
is
with
not
what? When you're talking
ambiguous?
about the
What
content,
is
like what the
actually not
object. You
ambiguous?
talk
Yo,
about the
Kel,
object.
can I take over?
About the object.
I just
Hold
wrote
on,
out an argument.
I know you
Like,
can do
what do you
that too.
mean?
But hold
What
on,
is
I'm
ambiguous?
gonna have
How
you
is
say that
this being
after.
recorded
When you
again?
say
What is not
what
ambiguous?
can be an
Because
object? What can be a toilet? What can be toilet paper? What can be
when it
ketchup?
yes,
So when you say
that's what
what
it
you
can
state,
be. It's
that
it's
type of
possible that
definition,
can be all
that
these things.
analytic truth right there is obviously
Yes, but
indeterminate.
when you say
But an
what,
analytic
you're
truth has
in
to be
reference
necessarily
to
true, and it has
something
to be semantically
specific.
determinate. So it doesn't work. Now you can go ahead and give your.
What is in
Alright,
reference
alright,
to something
cool.
specific?
Debatable.
What you say is
Let's
specifically what you
let's
say.
just give a deductively valid argument for it. So P1, if a statement is what you state, then what you state is identical to the statement. Yes or no?
If the statement is
Alright,
yes, that's
P2, what you state has a meaning.
what you state is the meaning. It doesn't have.
Sure, but it still has a meaning, right?
It is the meaning.
Yeah, exactly. It has meaning.
Doesn't. I guess a meaning could have meaning, but it
Yeah.
is the meaning.
What?
Like
Okay, you still agree that it has a meaning. It is the meaning because it has a meaning. Sure. You agree?
by has it like you're as in that's a property that's what it is.
No, not that it's a property that it has. It can literally
Then
be it. All I'm saying is you can entail at least some meaning from at least some given statement.
sure.
Okay, cool. P3, if something has at least one distinct property X, then it's distinct from a subject Y that lacks that one distinct property X.
You said that way too fast.
P3, if something has at least one distinct property X, then it's distinct from a subject Y that lacks that one distinct property X.
Yes, if it has a property, then it's distinct from.
Alright,
Sure.
cool.
Okay.
C1, if the meaning of what you state has at least one distinct property X, is distinct from its meaning. Then it is distinct from the
What?
thing that it states.
Say that one more time.
If the meaning of what you state, okay, has at least one distinct property from what you state, then it's distinct from what you state.
No.
So hold on. You agree with P2? P3, and you
Wait, you
disagree
said
with the
wait.
conclusion.
Say that one more time. Type that in chat.
I said if the meaning of what you state has at least one. Okay, well, here I'll type it out. Look in chat.
If the meaning had a distinct.
Look, I'll
property,
type it
then
out.
it
I'll
wouldn't
type it out. I'll type it out.
Type it out in the
Look,
side chat.
if the meaning of what you say has at least one distinct.
Type it in the
property
side
X,
chat for this
then-
nigga because people are spamming in the main chat. Put it in the fucking BC chat.
Here.
Fucking artist.
The meaning of what you say has at least one distinct property X.
I hope he knows that there's some indetermination.
Look,
Oh yeah, what's up?
look inside
The
chat.
subject.
Sorry, if the meaning of what you state has at least one distinct property X, then what you state lacks. Then what you state lacks. Then it's distinct
From what you state, then what you state, then what you state lacks.
If the meaning of what you state has at least one distinct property from what you state, what does that mean?
Hold
The
on,
meaning of what
wait,
you
I
state
typed this
has a
out
different
horribly. Hold
property
on.
what you state?
Then what you state. Hold on, I typed this out horribly. If the meaning of what you
fuck?
state has at least one distinct property X from what you state, right? So let's say I say something like this apple is red, and the meaning of it has at least one distinct property that the statement doesn't have, then they're virtually, or maybe analytically, or whatever you want to say, they're distinct in at least some way.
The meaning is what you state under my
Bro,
view. So
bro, 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 bro.
that would be a
It's not
contradiction.
saying it is. It's saying if. If then.
So if meaning was
Look, I'll
different than
type
the
it.
meaning,
If the look. If the meaning of what you state has at least some distinct
Yo,
property X, then what you state is distinct from what you mean. I typed it out better. There you go.
the meaning of what you state has at least one distinct property, then what you state is distinct from what you mean. But what you state is what you mean.
Bro,
So
it's a
how could
if then. It's not saying it is in
okay,
reality.
sure.
Okay,
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 sure.
cool. P4. There is at least some property X, that of which your meaning has that your statement doesn't have.
That will obviously be false because the statement is what you mean.
Okay, cool. Now hold on, that's begging the question. But hold on, I'll just give you the distinct
It's
property,
just
right?
analytically true. What do you
No,
mean
no,
begging
no.
the question?
I'll just give you the distinction, okay, between the two. So let's say I have an apple, okay. The meaning of it will be that you have possession of an apple, meaning physically speaking, or at least in some way, right? You possess an apple. Maybe that talks about the space that the apple occupies might be within your arms or within your grasp, within your palm, right? It might be within your underwear. I don't really give a fuck. But you just possess the apple. Okay, cool. And when you talk about or when you state that I have an apple, you go under specific grammatical rules, or maybe you have a bunch of alphabets lined up in a specific way to express a given thought, right? And the thought in question here being that you possess an apple, right? So the distinction there would be that you physically possessing an apple has physical traits, right? Maybe the position it takes up in space, right? Or maybe the property of being under possession by you, and the at least the grammatical statement, or only insofar as how it's structured linguistically, has no physical properties, but rather it's abstract. Not just that, the physical or well the action of possessing at least one given apple doesn't have any it doesn't go under any linguistic rules. That's A. B, it doesn't have any alphabetical structuring, meaning there's no alphabets within it, and on and on and on. I can keep going, but that's just a simple idea.
Well, doesn't a meaning, like when you have to give meaning to something, don't you have to follow linguistic rules to convey its meaning?
I'm talking about what you actually refer to.
So
The
your
meaning
meaning is
refers
different.
the meaning refers to a given thing, right? The meaning of the statement
Yeah,
is
but if the statement
referencing
is the
something.
meaning,
The
then
meaning
yes.
the meaning stop. The meaning is referencing something in reality. In this case, you having an apple,
Yes.
meaning the apple is in your possession within reality. Exactly. So you actually possessing an apple is distinct from the sentence, because you actually possessing the apple, okay, has physical traits. It has physical properties. The sentence doesn't. It works under linguistic rules and systems, right? Whereas you actually possessing an apple doesn't do that, right? What you say linguistically, also, it doesn't have any physical traits or physical properties. It's abstract. So they're distinct
Yeah,
things.
but a meaning does have physical. I mean, not physical traits, but it has like linguistic traits, right? Like you would have to define a meaning linguistically,
There's linguistic
because
meaning,
the
and there
meaning
can
is what
also
you say, of
there's
course.
also types of meaning, but no, not necessarily, because the meaning is literally just what you mean or the object of reverent within the statement.
Object of reference in the state. But you just said that. Are you saying the meaning and what you mean are not distinct?
What?
So,
What the
like the
fuck?
meaning, which would be the statement, is not distinct.
The
Is
meaning,
not
which will
distinct.
be the statement. First of all, that's begging the question, right?
It's if I'm
Second of all,
defining a statement. Okay,
What
let's
we're
talk about
talking
this
about,
begging a question.
what we're
So
talking
I
about
don't
is
think you
whether or not your
understand what begging
definitions
the question
are
means.
even. Bro, can
I
you
don't think
stop?
you understand what begging
What
the
we're
question
talking
means.
about, I'll just take my headset off. What we're talking about is whether or not your definitions are even consistent. If there's an inconsistency underlying your definitions because of the commitments you hold to within reality, you're either gonna A, have to concede on the commitments, okay, in which reducting yourself, or B, you're gonna have to go up on the definitions because there's an inconsistency within the definitions. Response.
Okay, so there's not an inconsistency because I'm using meaning and a statement synonymously.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
I
take my
mean,
headset off again.
that's just not
Right. Okay. Sure.
possible.
Even if you
Like
use them
literally, it's
synonymously, I don't care,
impossible.
because you're still gonna have a distinction, or at least some distinction, within the properties of the meaning, okay, and the statement. Okay, they have distinct properties, which I showed you, which you didn't respond to, by the way. You said, well, if they're the same thing, right, and I define them to be the same thing, I don't care. I don't care if you define them to be the same thing because there's an inconsistency within your definitions. That's the point. That's the point of this conversation. It's to show that there's an inconsistency within your definitions given the commitments you hold to. So there is a distinction between a meaning and a statement insofar as them having distinct properties. But you already conceded that if they have distinct properties, then they're distinct. They're entirely distinct things. But if they are entirely distinct things, then your definition's wrong because your definition has the assumption baked into it that they're the same thing.
Free, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So if anybody's tracking you right now, you said that the sentence in which the meaning is comprised of is distinct than what the meaning is in what is in reference to, which is what the meaning is. So you're distinguishing.
What? No, I said.
Oh,
what?
I didn't cut you off, but you're gonna cut me off. That's pretty interesting.
I'm just telling you that that's not what I said,
you said
bro.
that the sentence was distinct, right? You said the sentence was distinct, and then you referred to the meaning as what it is. So
I didn't say that the sentence was distinct. I said the sentence has at least one given property. I said
literally said nothing.
Can you stop? I didn't say that the sentence was distinct point blank. I said the sentence has at least some given property that the meaning lacks. Therefore,
but the meaning would be the statement.
Stop,
so obviously the statement and the sentence would be different.
Exactly, but if that's the point, dumbass. That's the point. If you define them to be the same thing, then there's an inconsistency given your definitions because the commitments you hold to in reality, that is, if two things have different properties, they're distinct things, has some kind of inconsistency within your definitions. Because what you just said is that the statement, okay, and the meaning have distinct properties. You agreed to me. Okay, and then after we concluded on this, you said, well, they still can't be the same thing. Because I mean, they still can't be the different things because but hold on. You said they can't be different things because you begged the question. You begged the question because you said, because they're the same thing, they can't have it. Bro, stop.
But you want to take off your headset. Let's talk about begging the question here. Analytic truth doesn't beg the question, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't. Right. But guess what? But guess what? But guess what? Oh my God, stop, bro.
I'm saying the statement means like what it means, or what the fuck I'm saying. What the fuck am I saying? I'm saying that what a statement is what it means.
You don't even know what
a statement is what it means, and that's going to be analytically true. So that doesn't beg the question. Like this conversation is going nowhere.
Are you done?
Actually. And also, yes, the statement the cat is black in English and the statement the cat is black in Spanish.
We'll get to that.
Are two distinct sentences, but they're the same statement. You're still saying the cat is black.
We'll get to that. Do you agree that the meaning and the statement have distinct properties?
No, because it's the same thing.
Okay. Well, then what's your contention to what you mean having some type of physical trait? Having some type of thing that is being referred to within reality, whereas what you state just having or undergoing some linguistic rules and having linguistic consistency with alphabetical arrangement. What's your contention to that?
My contention would be that when you say what you state have linguistic rules, you're just referring to a sentence. So, I mean, I guess you can state two things, but no, you can't. Can you state a sentence? I don't give a shit. But the point is, the sentence would be semantically distinct. The definition of a sentence is semantically distinct than the definition of a statement, because you can state the same thing and have two different sentences. So, like, I mean, and that's just like, again,
you didn't respond to the distinction. You didn't.
But you referred to the distinction. You just dressed it up as a different. You just dressed it up as if it was the same thing, but you're just referring to a sentence, which is distinct.
I dressed it up as if they were the same thing. If I did that,
so a sentence.
The distinction, dumbass.
So you said a statement has linguistic things that it has to adhere to and things like that, but that's just a sentence. So you just dressed up a statement as a sentence and said that it's the same thing.
A statement as a sentence. Hold on. Yeah, I can even take it to be a statement. There's no issue there. It still has alphabetical arrangement.
That is the whole
point. Stop. No, I can even take it to be a statement. That doesn't matter. The whole point is that sentences and statements, both of them have alphabetical arrangement. They have linguistic rules they gotta follow, whereas the meaning doesn't.
I wouldn't agree to that because I'm saying the statement is the meaning. You see how we don't.
Oh my God, you're so stupid, bro.
No,
I'm saying. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. A statement is a declarative sentence, no?
No, no,
you just conceded. What the fuck? I'm done. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. What are you talking about?
You originally said that.
A proposition is a declarative statement. Exactly, and a statement is a sentence that's either true or false. Yes or no?
Is a sentence that's either true or false? Sure.
So it's a sentence? Oh, dumbass! What are you talking about? So it
Wait,
follows
no.
some linguistic rules?
No,
Yes.
no,
No. Ain't no. Ain't
it's
no.
not a
Ain't no.
sentence.
Shut the fuck up. Ain't no. So it is a sentence. So it does follow linguistic rules, and you consider the sentence goes on.
comprised of
It
a
undergoes
sentence.
alphabetical arrangement.
But
So since it is it is a sentence. It's
sentence.
within the category of a
Statement
sentence.
is
Hold
not
on.
a
Stop.
sentence.
It undergoes. Look, for any x, if x is a statement, then x undergoes alphabetical
A
arrangement.
statement
Okay.
simpliciter
Hold
is
on.
not a sentence.
Hold on.
This
No.
is what
Ain't no
I'm saying, but you're
simpliciter.
not
Okay.
listening to me.
Simpliciter
Statement
for any
simpliciter
x.
is not
If
a
x is
sentence.
simpliciter, okay, a sentence, then it undergoes alphabetical arrangement. Simpliciter, dumbass. And okay,
No, the statement
simpliciter.
is
A
comprised of a sentence.
sentence is no. A statement is a type of sentence. Simpliciter. So that necessarily
No,
means
that
that
means
a statement
a
undergoes
statement
some.
simpliciter isn't
Okay,
a sentence
at least
simpliciter.
some. Stop talking. It undergoes at least
Oh my
some given
god.
alphabetical arrangement. Simpliciter. Respond to it.
Yeah, so a statement, if you just said a statement is a type of sentence, that means a statement simpliciter is not a sentence simpliciter.
It's a
The
type.
same
No.
way-
But it's within the category. Exactly, it's within the category. It's not the category itself. It's within the category. You're trying to run. You're trying to run.
Saying a dictation is a
You're trying
type
to
of
run.
influence.
Okay, look.
That's
There's many types of
a
sentences. Yes or
dictation
no?
is okay.
There's many
No,
types of
no, I'm gonna
sentences. Yes or
disagree. A
no?
dictation is a type of influence, and all influences are dictations. A dictation simpliciter is
I'll
different
let
than
him
an
get. I'll let
influence.
him get over that shit.
Yeah, so a dictation is a type of influence, but an influence is not inherently a dictation. Like, obviously, it's two different things, right? So, a dictation simpliciter is different than an influence simpliciter. The same way, a statement simpliciter is different than what do you call it, a sentence simpliciter. So, yes, a statement has to be comprised of a sentence. That has to be one of the properties that it has. So, when you say you can't just remove the sentence and not have a statement, sure, but it's not the same thing. It's the same way that a dictation has to be comprised of an influence, but an influence simpliciter is distinct from is distinct from a determination simpliciter.
He doesn't even know what he's talking
Like,
about.
so, like, obviously, and like you think you're so rhetorical and you're pretending to laugh and shit like that to like damage control, like, but obviously you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah,
Like, what's the point of that?
damage control, bro.
I
You
dare
got
you
me.
to go again with the, oh my gosh, like we can just conclude
Okay.
like this isn't
Are we
like,
ready? Alright. Let me respond. I never said that a statement is identical to a sentence or
that's
vice
what
versa.
you just said. That's
No,
actually this
I
is on
said
recording.
a
It's actually
statement.
what you
I
just
said a
said. You
statement.
want to
I
bet
said
money
a
on that?
statement. Can you? Yeah,
You
I
said
do.
statement is a
Yeah,
sentence. That's
I
what you
do.
said.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's identical, dumbass. That can also be like a smaller category within a larger category.
Then if
Is
it's
a
not
dog an animal?
identical,
Hold
then
on, hold on.
the meaning, then
Debatable.
you
Answer this
defeated your own
question.
argument.
Debatable.
You just
Answer this
defeated
question.
your own argument. If it's
Answer
not
this. Answer this
identical,
question.
then a statement means
Can
a
you stop?
meaning. Then that means the meaning is different than this. Than
I
a
got
sentence.
you. Let's do this. Let's
Then
on mic.
you
I got you.
no,
Look.
you just
Is
defeated
an
your own
animal a
argument.
dog? Yes or no? Is a dog an animal? Yes or no?
Yes. But
Okay,
not all
cool. Does
animals
that
are
mean it's
dogs.
does that mean it's identical to an animal?
Does that mean a dog is identical to an animal? What the fuck does that even mean?
The whole category of being an animal, right? All animals, the whole category of an animal. Is it identical?
It's
Yes or no?
identical to everything that falls. Are you saying? Are you asking
Within
me?
the
Is it
category
identical
of an
to
animal,
anything that
yes. Yes
falls
or no?
under
Yes
the
or no?
category of animal?
Yes or no? Is it identical to everything within the category of an animal?
No, obviously not.
Okay, exactly. So when I say that a statement is a sentence, that doesn't mean it's identical to the whole category. The fuck?
Well, that just like, do you understand how that defeats your point? Because if I'm referring to a
It doesn't
statement
defeat
as the
anything.
meaning, and you're saying the meaning is distinct from the
Oh
sentence,
my
then you're
god.
just saying that the statement is distinct from the sentence, and that the meaning is the sentence. I mean, the meaning is the statement, and that you just got nowhere. If you're
No,
conceding that it's
we did get
distinct,
somewhere. Wanna know why? Wanna
if
know
you're
why?
conceding that it's distinct,
Wanna know
then
why?
you
Wanna know why we got? Wanna know why we
Oh,
got somewhere? Debatable.
oh.
Baller.
Because you agreed. Because you agreed with me.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we don't have
god.
to
Alright, bro.
continue,
Alright, we
bro.
can
Like,
conclude, bro.
obviously, we have a
I don't really
semantic
care.
distinction.
That's not a semantic distinction, you fucking moron.
You
That's
mean
being a
something
illiterate
different than
retard.
me. So that's what a semantic distinction is. You mean something different than me.
No, I'm trying to show that your
Y'all
semantics
niggas
are
will be hearing
inconsistent, you
this.
fucking
I'll
idiot.
mute them, bro.
No, you're not, because you just defeated your argument by conceding
By doing what? by doing
that a
what?
statement is a meaning.
A statement isn't a
That means the
meaning. What? No, it's not. A statement is a
I'm saying
type
that a
of
statement is a
sentence.
meaning.
It's a
And then
type
you
of
conceded that a
sentence.
statement is distinct from the sentence. That means that the meaning is distinct from the sentence. Because the meaning is
You're
the meaning
retarded. You're already. That's a false dichotomy. You're already undergoing that. If
Oh
we
my god.
because that
If
if we
statements
say
is a
that a statement
meaning,
is not a
you can just
sentence, we're
replace
saying
them. You
that
can just linguistically replace them.
stop. When we say a statement is not a sentence, we don't say it's outside of the very category of a sentence. We mean to say that it's not the whole category in of itself. Likewise, when we say that a statement is a sentence, we don't mean to say it is the whole category. It's a part of the category, dumbass. So when you try to equivocate me saying it's not a sentence in the sense of it being outside the whole category, that's retarded. Because I'm saying it's not the whole category of itself. I'm saying that it's a part of the category. And it's not a sentence in the sense it's not the whole category. But it is a sentence in the sense it's a part of the category. So when it is a part, it's like a type of sentence. It's a part of the category of the sentences. Dumbass. That's why I said
Statement is
declarative
if I'm
sentence.
defining a statement as what you state.